Yeah. Yeah. So last week we had a discussion about data type and advantage of those data type, and we have seen how to declare a variable and how can we assign a value to that particular variable. uh, that all we have seen, and also we have written one program to identify what is the minimum value and maximum value of a particular data type, and what is the size of the data type. We have written one one program, and we were able to get the result as well. But yeah, that was what we have done. And I told you, like, for decimal values, we have data types called float, which handles 4 bytes of memory; decimal, which includes 16 bytes; and we do have one more one which is called as double, which occupy the 8 bytes of memory here. Float occupying the 4 bytes, double occupying 8 bytes, and decimal occupying 16 bytes. Now the question is, so what is difference between decimal, float, and double in C#.NET? So what is difference between decimal, float, and double, and in which scenario we need to use this particular data type? Okay, let's see with one example so that we can able to understand it. So this is the example what we have written here, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so this is the example. So where I declare three variables. One is a float data type, which FLD, and double DBL, and decimal DCM. Like that, we have declared three variables here, and here the intention is 1 divided by 3. So basically we will get 3.3333, something like that. We will get one value. 1 we divided by 1 with 1, once we divide 1 by the value of 3. Okay, so if we consider the scenario here, the F indicates that whatever the result we are getting, that we are converting into the data type of float. Here this D indicates that we are converting that that result value into the double, and here M indicates that we are converting that result value into the decimal. Okay, so once we run this program, we will see the output. Based on that, we can decide which one we need to consider for our requirement. If you see here, first result belongs to the float, which we will get only. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 decimal. And for if I take the double value, I got the more number of decimals here, and if I take the decimal, I get the more decimal values here. So did you understand? So basically our intention here is to check what is the difference between the float, double, and decimal. We know, like, the difference, first difference what we know here is float take only 4 bytes, double take 8 bytes, and decimal take 16 bytes. Okay, but in terms of how many decimal it is occupying, then we need to consider this one. If you see float occupying 7 digits of decimal places, and double will take 15 to 16 decimal places, and decimal will take 20 to 28 to 29 decimal places. So if I want to maintain the exact accuracy of data, then I need to choose with this data type or decimal. So consider an example. For example, if we see like a stock market, right? In the stock market, even for a small amount of a decimal also will give the big difference. Okay, so in such cases, we need to go with this decimal rather than this float and double. Okay, so that is the difference between decimal, double, and the float. And let me go through the program again. So what I want to explain here is I just take three variables here, which are type float, double, decimal. Here I am dividing one value. Here I am dividing one with the three. So once I divided that value, I am storing that information into three different type of variables, and I am printing those values here: float, double, decimal. So once I print that one, I can able to see the, for this decimal, I can able to see the more number of decimal points rather than float and double. So it's a kind of a good interview question. So interview will ask the question like this: what is the difference between decimal, float, and double, and which scenario we need to use that particular one? So then what we need to explain here is so if I take the float, it will only take the 7 digits of decimal, and double will take 15 to 16 digits, and decimal will take 28 to 29 decimals. Okay, I hope you guys understand about that one. Raj, do you have any questions, or shall I move from here?
Rajbhai is mute, I think. So, Madan Bhai, so the main reason for explaining is that the size you are explaining this.
Is size
Float is
and the
float is
correct. So for
number
the,
of digits.
yeah, number, it's not the size. So basically size is one difference. The difference of size we can see on top itself. So double will take 8
Okay.
bytes, float will take 4 bytes, and decimal will take 16 bytes. And in terms of
16
decimals
bytes.
also, we have a difference here. Float 7 digits
Mm-hmm.
it will display, double it will display 15 to 16, and
15 to
decimal it will
16.
take 20 to 28 to 29. So
Okay.
that's what
Two two
so,
differences are there. Size and the digits.
yeah,
You are
yeah,
trying to
correct,
explain.
correct. Yes, size and the digits.
Okay.
Once I run this one, so same output what I have written in the particular decimals. See for float, we can able to see 7
7
threes
digits.
here. Okay, for table
Okay.
we can able to see 14 to 15 here, 15 to 16. That means decimal 28 to 29 decimal points we can able to see. So with this decimal we can have the accurate result compared to the float and double. So if I take that particular stock exchange, that kind of example, if we take application, if you take this, good choice is decimal here.
Yes.
So that is the one thing. And
So programmers lot of times use decimal because of its
yeah, it's
lot of
having
size
the,
and
yes, yes, it's having the again I told you like taking decision is based on our scenario. For example, I'm
okay,
just preparing one sample application for my training application or for my institute. If I do such kind of activities, there I no need to maintain that kind of accuracy, so that
okay,
1 point, 2 points will not make any difference.
okay,
But in terms of that scientific application or stock market application, the difference will be huge.
okay,
So that time only you need to take the decision based on your requirement. So
okay,
the considering the data type is always based on our requirement.
okay.
So that is the thing. And we already covered this max and min range of example. and the next thing is this data type conversion. So what is the data type conversion? Converting one data type to the another data type is called as data type conversion. Converting one data type to the another data type is called as a data type conversion. So guys, you understand, converting one data type to the another data type is called as data type conversion. Okay, so why we need that kind of scenario in our programming? Okay, basically see, if I place one text box and asking the user saying that enter your age. Okay, basically you will enter the age as anyone like 25, 26 or something, like you will enter that age. So basically that is a text box. Once someone enters the age in that particular text box, we need to get that value into our another variable in order to submit that data to the database, right? So if I want to save that information into the database, basically user enter value will be in the type of string. As it is a text box, that will be in the type of string. But in my database, that field will be the integer value. Okay, as it is the integer value, but whatever the information I get from the user is a string value, then I need to convert that string into the integer, then I can pass this integer to my database. Okay,
Okay.
so in such kind of scenarios, we will have a chance of converting the particular data type value to the another data. That type of mechanism is called as a data type conversion. Okay, let me repeat again. Converting one data type value to the another data type value is called as a data type conversion. There are a couple of scenarios where we can have this kind of chances. So if I consider an example, asking the details about the user, he will enter the details in that particular form. While submitting that information to the database, I need to convert that information in respective format, then only I can send it to the database. In such cases, we are using this type conversion. Okay, so basically in C Sharp, we have two types of data type conversions. One is implicit conversion and another one is explicit conversion. Implicit conversion and explicit conversion. Okay, so here if we see on top, we have a data types which is having the sizes here. So byte and byte, s byte, short, u short, integer, like that. We have a data types here. If we consider here in respective of integer numeric data types like byte, s byte, short, u short, integer, u int, long, u long. Here if you take this byte is the lowest, having the lowest size compared to the short, and the short is having the lower size compared to the this integer, and this integer having the lower size comparative to the comparative to the long here.
No.
Okay, so if I want to convert one lower data type value to the upper data type value, then that type of conversion is called as implicit data type conversion.
Okay.
Okay, so let me repeat again. First type of data conversion available in C# is implicit data type conversion. So what is this implicit data type conversion? I have two data type values. One is a lower data type and second one is a higher data type. Okay, so if I want to convert a value of a lower data type to the upper data type, that will be called as this implicit data type conversion. Okay,
Okay.
and another one is explicit data type conversion. Converting the higher data type value to the lower data type value is called as explicit data type conversion. So the reverse of implicit is called as explicit. Okay, so let's see one example. There you can easily understand. Okay, so this is the example. Implicit type conversion. Converting lower data type value to the higher data type value is called implicit type conversion. So how we are doing the implicit type conversion here is here I have integer value, that variable name is int value, where I am assigning 1 to 3 is a value for that a variable int value. So now what I am going to do here is I am gonna take the one more data type which belongs to the long data type, and that variable name is long value. For this long value, I am assigning the integer value here, int value. Whatever the 123 I have given, I am going to assign that value to the long. Okay, here what we are doing, this is the lower data type value and this is the higher data type value. We are converting this lower data type value to the higher data type value. This kind of conversion is called as implicit type conversion. This type of conversion is called as implicit type conversion. So what does it mean, the conversion here is the implicit type conversion means here uh, here we are not doing the any kind of extra code to convert the lower data type to the higher data type. System will automatically convert that lower data type value to the higher data type value. In implicit type conversion, we are not doing any coding here. We are just assigning the lower data type value to the higher data type value. That conversion will automatically taken care by the C# compiler here. That's why it is called as implicit. Without our coding or effort, that is taken care by the C# compiler here. Okay. And coming to the explicit type conversion, converting the higher data type value to the lower data type value here. Okay. Here for our example, I'm taking the double as a one data type. The variable name is double value. Here I am assigning, for this double I am assigning 123.13 as a value here, and I'm going to declare the one more value which will be the integer, and here I am applying my data type conversion by writing this line of code. So now the intention is I want to convert this double value into the integer value. For that, what I am doing here is we have a method which is called as, we have a class which is called as a convert class. If I mouse over, I can see that information here. So system.convert is a class. So where I have a method which is called as a 2in32, and if I pass any data type value, it will convert that into the integer value here. Okay, so by doing this one, I can able to print the value here. So my double value is 123.13, but once I convert that value in integer, I can't save the decimal points here. So that value becomes the 123 only.
Okay.
So
Madan bhai,
yeah.
if int value 1 instead of this, if we put long,
Mm-hmm.
so int long value 1 equal to convert dot value what you say long 32. So
Mm-hmm.
it will be like this, or the can we use instead of int value 1, can we use another one?
Yeah, we
for
can use
just
it any value here. So let me take one more example. So double, it will be like double value 1 or something like that I'm taking. Here long data type.
okay,
Okay. So here long value,
okay,
long value 1, I do something. What I can do is so here convert to data int.
long value,
Here we need to take the 64. So we don't have direct function as long. For int 32 means 4 bytes.
yes,
Okay, so that indicate the particular integer, and if if I want to go with double, sorry, that long, I can take the int 64, which will
okay,
take the 8 bytes, and
okay,
I can select that integer this value, and I can convert it.
okay, Madan, I got you.
So that
Very simple.
yeah, so that is how we can able to do it here. And let me repeat the data type conversion types here. So first let me repeat the data type conversion. Converting one data type value to the another data type value is called as data type conversion. And there are two types of data type conversions available in C#.NET. Implicit, which applicable, converting the lower data type value to the higher data type value. In that scenario, you don't need to write any extra code to convert the lower data type value to the upper data type value here. Okay, and explicit type conversion means converting the higher data type value to the lower data type value, and here we need to write our code to handle that conversion. Okay, so once we write that code, that will automatically convert. But always one thing we need to remember while working with the explicit type conversion is in explicit type conversion, there will be a chance of losing the data. Okay, see,
Okay,
actually higher data type, my higher data type value for this example is double, which is having the value as 1 to 3.13. Once I convert that into the integer, if I see the output, I will have the integer value as 1 to 3. Here I am losing a 0.13 value, right?
okay,
So that is the one thing we need to understand while working with this particular explicit data type conversion. So the actual here actually our value decimal value is 1 to 3.13, but when I'm converting that into the integer, I can see the output as just 1 to 3 here. So I'm losing 0.13 value in this explicit type conversion. So that is one thing we need to remember while working with this explicit type conversion. Okay, so that is the implicit and explicit type conversion. And we have one more concept which is called as boxing and unboxing. Okay, so what is this boxing and unboxing? So what is this boxing and unboxing? Let's take an example. Okay, so boxing and unboxing. So before going to explain the concept of boxing and unboxing, let me give you the idea of value type and reference type. Value type and the reference type. Then we will understand what is this boxing and unboxing. Value type and the reference type. So if you see here, okay, yes. So value type and the reference type. Whatever the predefined data types available in the .NET, and if I use that data type to store any of the variable values, then those values will be stored in one memory location, which is called as the stack. Okay, there are two memory location managed by the .NET application. One is the stack memory location and another one is a heap memory location. Stack and the heap are two memory locations available in our .NET programming. While creation of that memory allocation, the .NET programming follows two memory allocations. One is stack and second one is heap. Let's first see what is the stack here. If I choose any data type like integer, float, double, or character, string, so these are the basic data types available in the .NET. If I use those data types to store the value of to store my variable value, then those memory will be created on the stack memory. Those memory will be created on the stack memory. So here integer I 1, 2, 3. So for this integer I variable, I gave a 1, 2, 3. Here that is going to be stored on the stack memory allocation. Here my memory location name is I. Inside that I itself, that actual value is going to be stored. Inside that I itself, that name of the memory location is I. That inside that I memory location itself, my value is going to be stored here. Okay, so let me repeat again. Value types. What is the value type? So if I take any basic data type or predefined data types in C#, if I store any variable value using those data types, those will be called as value types, and that information is going to be stored on the stack memory location. Stack
Okay,
memory
Madan.
location.
Okay, Madan bhai, the whatever this byte, short byte, long,
Correct.
int, that are predefined data types
Predefined data types.
of
Yes.
.NET. If we are declaring int I
Yes.
and we are giving some number, so that value is going to be stored in on the stack memory, and that
Yeah.
is going to be called as a value type. You are saying.
Value types, yes, exactly. So that whatever the
And
value types we are using in our C#.NET, those are all going to be stored under one memory location, which is kind of stack. Okay, so now see the another type, which is called as a reference type. Okay, so if I say previously we have create one object for our program class. So how we create object for our program class? Name of the class and the object name equal to symbol and the new keyword, and again name of the class with opening and closing parentheses and the semicolon. This is how we are creating the object for my class program. Okay, if I create any kind of objects in our C# program, those objects will be referred as a reference type. Those objects will be referred as a reference type. Those will be created on the heap memory location. Heap memory location. Instead of stack memory location, those will be created on the heap memory location. How this memory allocation will be done here is actually my object name is wo. Here I am assigning the value as I. Okay, this wo location is here, but the actual value is stored in another location. So see difference between a stack and the heap here. So in stack, the variable name, wherever we are storing that variable name I, inside that inside that particular location itself, we can able to see the actual value 1, 2, 3. But if you see for this object G, for this object O, I am assigning the value of I, but the value where this information is storing here another location. Here how this is referencing here is this in this I look in this O location, the address of this particular value will be stored here. Instead of directly storing that value, it will have the address of that location. If you go here, address will be there for that particular value. Okay, then if I go to that particular address, then only I can see the actual value here. Okay, let me repeat again. So we understood that value data type which is stored on the stack memory location, where in that memory allocation, in the memory location itself, we can see the value. But consider this particular object, whenever we create any object for our classes, those will be called as reference types, and that will be stored, those will be stored under one memory location, which is called as heap. How it gonna be stored here is so our object name is O, and here I am assigning one value as I. I means 123. Okay, so if I declare one object like this, my O location is here, but 123 not directly storing in this memory location. Instead of that, wherever we have this integer value 123, that address is storing here. Once it is go here, it will go to the particular address and it will get the value. So indirectly we are referencing the value, but that address is maintaining in the actual memory location here. So that is how this heap memory allocation will create and work in our C# program. Okay. So did you guys understand what is the value type and what is the reference type and what is the stack memory location and what is the heap memory location? Four concepts here. Value type, which is the basic data types are all will be comes under the value type. Whenever we declare any variable with that particular basic data type, the value will be stored on the stack memory location. And if we consider any kind of objects in C# program, those will be called as reference type, and that information is going to be stored on the heap memory location. So value type, reference type, stack memory location, and heap memory location. Okay, so that is the stack, heap, value type, and reference type. And let me move to the actual concept of boxing and unboxing. Okay, so now let's see what is the boxing here. Converting the value type to the reference type. We know what is the value type and we know what is the reference type. If I want to convert one value type to the reference type, is called as boxing, and the reverse process is called as unboxing. Converting the value type to
Madan bhai,
the
this
yes,
yeah, Madan bhai, this reference type you said, no? So reference type is referring to an object, and it is referring to a and it is having an address, and it is referring to somewhere else in the
correct,
memory.
correct.
This is what you are trying to tell.
So basically the reference type, what we can call is if we create any kind of object in our C# program, those will be called as a reference type, and that information is going to be stored on the heap memory. So how heap memory will work is in the in the direct memory location, it doesn't have the value. Instead it will have the address of the actual value. Okay. Here the pointer here is it has the address Once if someone refer, then it will go to this particular O location first. From there it will go to the actual memory location, and from here it will get the value.
Okay.
So that is how this heap memory allocation will happen in our C# program. Here boxing, converting value type to the reference type. So I have a value type which is integer and the value is 12, and I'm going to create one more object, one object here object type. This is one way of creating the object, and we have one direct object data type which gonna be store the any kind of values. So we can have a chance of using that object as well. So here what I am doing is with this object keyword, I am going to create one object which is called as a boxed variable, and I am going to store the value type to this particular object. We are converting this value type to the reference type. Then this concept is called as boxing here, and reverse way. So here I am declaring one integer which is called as unbox. Here I am converting boxed value to the integer. Previously for data type conversion I used convert dot to int 32 or something like that. This is another way to have a conversion. If I want to convert one value to another value, I can simply define that particular data type. It will automatically convert. So then if I print my values here, I can able to see this boxed value and unboxed value. So the intention is converting value type to the reference type is called as boxing, and converting reference type to the value type is called as unboxing. So value types always will use the basic data types, and the reference type always use this object as a data type. And once we applied that conversion in between those two value type and reference type is called as boxing and unboxing. So once I run this one, I can able to see the boxed value as 1 and unboxed value as 12. So that's how we can able
Yeah.
to work.
Only can you explain from this object box to where?
Object box to this line.
Yeah, from here.
Yeah. So basically, this is very simple. Like I'm just declaring one variable, which is the integer value, and I have the another variable, which is the object type. So we know object types are referred to the reference type. Okay. So object type is we will referencing that as a reference type. So I am declaring one object which is with the variable name boxed here. Now what I'm going to do is I have one value which is what I can say, which is a value type that I'm going to store into the this reference type. This conversion here, conversion is happening, converting value type to the reference type. Okay. So this is a implicit conversion. We can call it as implicit conversion. Automatically, this value type is going to be stored to the reference type is called as a boxing here. So to avoid this, what we can do is value type variable. So this is the value type variable, and this is a reference type variable. Now what we are going to do is we are converting this value type to our reference type. So the value type we are going to convert to the reference type. This is called as boxing here. And again what we are going to do is this reference type we are going to convert into the value type. So that is called as unboxing here. Okay, so those are the okay. So that is the concept of boxing and unboxing here. So anyone having any questions here? Muzaffar, did you understand or shall I need to repeat?
No. This object is acting as a reference type variable,
Correct, correct.
and this int value uh, type variable equal to 12. We are converting this 12 value to a reference type. That's what we are trying to.
And yeah, 12 value to the reference type. Yes. We have
Okay.
two data types here. One is the integer data type and second one is object data type. We can call this integer data type as a value type and we can call that object data type is the reference type. Now we are doing the typecasting here. Data type conversion we are doing. Previously I told you like converting lower value to the higher
One
value is called as
implicit
the
keyword.
implicit type conversion. So here same thing. So here integer is a lower value and we are converting that to the higher value. So here this concept is slightly different here. So we are calling it as boxing. Boxing in the sense value type we are converting to the reference type. So the reverse process
Okay.
the reference type converting reference type to the value type is called as unboxing. So so this process is called as boxing and unboxing. So this is also kind of
We are
introduction.
giving object as
Reference.
a data type and reference type variable as a variable name, and we are assigning it to a value type variable.
Variable that
This
is
is
called
correct,
as
Madan?
boxing here.
Box. Okay.
Hmm.
I got it, Madan.
So that is called as boxing and unboxing. And now the other concept
I
was
think Shekhar bhai is not present, Madan bhai.
is not there.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Uh, तो
Okay.
I'm
शेखर भाई
listening.
कहाँ है शेखर?
Okay.
No, I'm hearing.
Okay. So Shekhar Raj, did you understand right? Raj.
Hello.
Yeah. Are you able to understand this?
Yeah, I'm able to understand. But I have one doubt here. Here you told that why we are using object here again, because object when we should not get not avoid object, we are using somewhat data on the top, right?
This one.
Yeah.
So basically, we can do object creation in this. Like previously, what I did is to create an object for that particular class. We use this particular program as a class name, and
Actually, object we told that we don't have any. Actually, you create an object or without object also you told we can do this one.
without object, this object is a this object keyword will have the object. It will have a chance of referencing the objects.
Okay.
This object, so basically integer, float, double, those are all basic data type. This object is
Mm-hmm.
a special data type which is available in C#.NET and it will have it can have any kind of data type. So in that
Is it?
object I can store the decimal, float, any kind of data type. Here if I
Oh,
store that, yeah, if I store that value to the object data type, then that will be called as a reference data type.
the object is a data type here.
Yeah, this object is the data type here. So that's what, like if we
Oh,
go, so if we go on top here, in previous session itself I explained this object is one data type which can hold any data type value. That time I told you, right, we can have a chance of use this object only to store the any data type, but why we are not doing that one is if we do that one again, that conversion need to be happen. So that day I told you like so for example, instead of so I have a chance of integer a equal to 10, and I can do the same thing object b equal to 20. I can able to do this one instead of using this integer. I can able to do with the object itself. So if I don't know what data type I need to use, I can use this object as the data type. If that is the case,
Okay.
the problem here is in compile time, the compiler need to identify what data type this p belongs. Based on the given value, it will consider whether it is the byte or s byte or it's a float or it's a integer. That data type that compiler need to identify in runtime in compilation process, that need to be identified. So here if I mention directly integer a equal to 10, that compiler know this a belongs to the integer data type. But here we are not mentioning anything like that. Compiler need to identify that one. That conversion need to happen in the compilation time itself. So we are giving one more extra step to the compiler. Okay.
Okay.
So we are giving one more extra step to the compile here. So same thing we are doing, and just to explain the concept of boxing and unboxing. So we declare one value which is a value type, and we declare one more value which is a reference type. And for this reference type, we are assigning one value type value. So that value type. So this concept is called as a boxing. We have a value type, we have a reference type, we are converting this value type to the reference type. This concept is called as a boxing. And reverse concept, we have a integer value, okay, and we are converting that value to, we are converting this reference type value to our value type, which is called as unboxing here.
Mm.
So converting value type to the reference type is called as a boxing, and converting reference type to the value type is called as unboxing here. Okay, so this is how this boxing and unboxing will work. So that's the thing, and let's move to the another. Yeah, another topic what we have here is operators in C#.NET. So this is in C sharp, as we told, C sharp is a language from which we can do any kind of operations. So it might be the arithmetic operation, or it might be the comparison operator, or it might be the assignment operator, or it might be the some kind of conditional operators operations. That all we can able to do with the help of this C sharp language. To perform those operations, here in C sharp we have a operators. Here in C sharp we have a operators. With these operators we can perform any kind of operations. Okay. So let me repeat again. The concept here is operators in C sharp.NET. What is this operators in C sharp.NET is as we know, C sharp is a language. With that, we can able to perform any kind of operations or functionalities we can able to perform. To perform such kind of operations, we have different types of operators available in C sharp. So if we consider assignment operator, which will use to assign one value to the another value. If I consider arithmetic operator, which will help us to perform the arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and the modulus operators. And comparison, if I have two value, I want to do the comparison whether those are equal or not equal, or greater than or less than, or greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. If I want to do the such kind of comparison operation, I can make use of this comparison operators. And if I want to compare one or more conditions, like if A is greater than B and B is greater than C, such kind of comparison I want to have, then we can make use of AND operator or OR operator. So those will be called as conditional operators. Okay, and also we have ternary operators which will help us to write the simplified logic in one line itself. I will explain that one. And we do have a null collining operator, and we do have bitwise operator, and we do have is and as operators. Okay, so let's go through the one by one operators in our C# language. So these operators will called as will help us to perform the operations in C# language. Okay, let's start with this arithmetic operators. This is operator plus which will help us to perform the arithmetic operation. This minus will help us to perform this subtraction operation in C# programming. This asterisk value will help us to perform the multiplication operation. This dividend operator will help us to perform the division operation, and this modulus operator will help us to identify the to get the remainder of a particular operation. And this plus plus will help us to add one more value to that particular value, and this minus minus will help us to decrease or to reduce one more value for that particular value. These are the arithmetic operators. By using these operators we can perform the arithmetic operations. So let's do such kind of operations here. So here I have an integer a which is having 10 as a value, and integer b which is having 20 as a value, and if I want to perform operation integer c which is a plus b. Okay. Now the plus operator is the arithmetic operator which help us to add this a value and b value here. Okay. That result we are going to store into the c value. So here without knowing that only, since 1 or 2 weeks itself we are using this kind of equal operator to assign one value to the another value. Okay, if I consider this equal operator, so no, it is not the equal operator, this is the assignment operator. This assignment operator will help us to assign the value to this particular variable here. So here we need to understand two terminology here. One is this is operator. For each operator I can say like it's not compulsory to have the two operand, but all the operands, most possible cases for all the operator will have two operands. For each and every operator we have two operands. One is a left hand side operand and second one is a right hand side operand. So the right hand side of operand value will be assigned to this left hand side operand value here. So here we declare integer a equal to 10. Then this assignment operator will assign the value 10 to the variable a here. Same thing will be applicable here. So the value 20 is going to assign to the variable b here. So this b is called as the left hand side operand, and this 20 is called as the right hand side operand. But here this operator is this assignment operator. The operator what we are using here is the assignment operator. Similarly we are doing here. If we consider this as the operator plus as the operator, and it also having two operands. One is a left hand side operand and right hand side operand. So what this plus will do, it will add this particular left hand side operand and right hand side operand here. And that result what we are going to do is with the help of this assignment operator, we are going to assign this value to this particular variable C here. So Raj, did you understand?
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, the terminology we need to understand here. For each and every operator, we have two operands. One is left hand side operand and the another one is right hand side operand. If I use the operator, based on the operator, this operation will be vary here. So if you see, here also I have the left hand side operator. Here also I have the right hand side operator. But this plus symbol will perform differently here. So this plus operator will help us to add the left hand side operand value and right hand side operand value. But if we consider this operator equal, so this assignment operator, what this will do? This will assign the right hand side value to the left hand side operand. So this is how this operators will work in for C sharp.
Int C is equal to A plus B, you told no. Then
Yes.
so A plus A and B are the left hand side operand and right side operand, and plus is an operator. What's this? Can you explain?
So this is each and every operation in C sharp having two operands. So here we are performing actually two operations we are performing here. Two operations we are performing. One, we are doing the addition, and another one is we are doing the assignment. Okay. So how many operators we are using in this particular line of code? Operators. How many
Two
operators will?
operators.
Two operators. So that means two operations we are performing. So one operation what we are performing, that addition plus, okay, A plus B.
Okay.
So that here the left for this place, what is the left hand side operand? A. What is the right hand side operand
A
of a
plus B
place?
is
B. It will combine those
B.
two values. Again we are performing one more
Okay.
operation with the this assignment operator. Then the left hand side
Okay.
operand is C, and right hand side operand is a value of this addition, right? Then this
Okay.
value is going to be stored into the
Okay.
C.
Okay.
The value going to be
So
C.
A
And
plus B is also A plus B is also is like B is left hand side and A is right hand side operand in
for
a
the plus,
double operations.
yeah, we
Yeah,
are
for the
doing the multiple
plus
operations here.
operator.
So how many operators we are
Okay.
using, that many operations can perform in that particular line of code. So here how many operators we are
Okay.
using? Two operators. This assignment operator we are using, and at the same time we are using this plus operation. So addition operation. Then first what we will do is, first this operation will perform, and whatever the value we will get 30, the 30 will gonna assign to this this C variable here. So that's how these operators will help to perform the operations in our programming. So let's see one by one operator here. So here this plus operator, what we can do is we can do the addition, minus and asterisk and the divide and the modulus operator are straightforward. And let me explain this plus plus and minus minus. What is this plus plus and minus minus? So here what I am gonna do is console right. A, B values are 0.
Give the floor bracket.
What is it?
0 is floor bracket. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, sure, sure. So the value of A value is A, comma, B here. So the A and B values are whatever the values we have that I'm gonna display here, and I'm gonna write one more line of write statement. The A and B values after increment after increment are here. I'm giving that plus plus B plus plus, and again I'm going to write one more. So first let me explain this and we will go to minus minus. So what I'm gonna do here is I just declare two variables, A equal to 10, B equal to 20, and I'm displaying those two values here. The A and B values are, this 0 will be replaced with this A and this 1 will be replaced with this B here. And so similarly I have written one more right line statement. Here I have written the A and B values after the increment are A plus plus and B plus plus. So then if we go and execute this program, sorry, to increment plus 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 B. I will give that difference between writing the plus plus and minus minus here. So if you see here first statement what we have written is the A and B values are 10 comma 20 here. The A and B values, whatever the values we just assigned, same we are printing here, 10 comma 20. And the A and B values after increment are 11 comma 21. 11 comma 21 we are giving here. Okay, so that means here this plus plus operator will increment a value of this particular a variable. So actually the value of A is 10. As we are using this plus plus operator, it increment the value one time and it printing the value here. And if you see here, I have the another value which is P. If I do the plus plus, I have the value of 21. So that's how this plus plus operator will help us to increment one value for that particular given variable. If I want to do some kind of incrementation for that particular value, then I can go with this plus plus operator. And same we can use to decrease the value. So if I
Madan
write
bhai, this A and B values are 0 and 1. What is this? Can you tell me?
yeah, that 0 and
This
1
is
is
size.
no, this is not the size here. So let me try to explain. Remove this and remove this. Yeah, so basically right line statement we can write in a couple of ways, Muzaffar. So here,
Okay.
if I want to display the value of if I want to display one statement like this, the A and B values are this one and this one. How we can write this values here is I can write in two ways. If I want to display the values like this, what I need to do is I can remove these two lines Here I can write the A comma B values are A, B. If I write like this, it will not print the values here. Let me try to do here. The A, B values are, we have written same thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But is it printing any value here?
No, no.
Right? So if I want to do that, then what I need to do is, here I need to use this plus operator. Okay, and plus operator. I'm just trying to ignore this. So it's not okay. And the value of this comma plus value we are giving plus A. The values are the A and B values are this one. This one. I can remove this one. If I want to have a space, I can what I need to do is I need to see how we are printing the value is. There are two lines of code we have written. This is first right line statement and this is the
Okay.
second right line statement. So the intention is simple, like we want to just print the this string as well as these values. Okay. If I want to print without this 0 and 1 flower brackets, how we are writing the code? Whatever the string I want to print, just I am printing this one first. Okay. And for the string, I am appending one more value as 1. This plus will help us to append the value. So this is one string. Okay.
Okay.
After that, we are giving a space.
Okay.
Okay. And then we are appending one value as plus a. This a means 10. For this string, it will add one more value as 10. After that, what we are doing, we
Okay.
need output like this. After 10, we need a space here. For
Hmm.
that, what we did, again I place the plus operator and I just have the double quotation with one space. Okay. And after that, what I need, that 20 I need to place. Again, this plus I am using and then the value is coming like this. Instead of doing this kind of stuff using this plus and this thing, whatever the output you want to put, write everything in the double quotation mark of right line statement with this opening and closing braces with the index value. Opening and closing braces with the index value. So here I am using
Zero
opening
and one. Can
braces.
we?
Yeah, Muzaffar. Yeah, opening braces with 0 and opening braces with 1. And I am passing the values like this.
Can we? Okay. Can we use 2, 3 here?
Yeah, 2, 3 we can use, but the thing is after placing these values, how many values you are referring, that index we need to map here. So if you see, I can
Okay.
write
Okay.
the 2,
So you
3
are.
here.
If there is if there is A, B, C,
Then we
B,
can
comma,
give
C,
it.
comma, D, then 2, and yeah. Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
if
Now
you
I got it.
see A comma B here, how many values we pass? 2.
Okay.
So but index will start from the 0,
2 and
0, 1. But we don't have
okay.
2 here. We don't have 3.
Okay.
So if I run this one,
Okay.
it will not give the output
So in
because
order to give the indexing,
yes, correct. So that's
okay.
how it is not. It's giving an error. You gave the 2, 3, but you pass only 2 values. So that is the difference here.
In order to give the indexing, we are using this.
Yeah, in order to give the indexing and the values here, now what will this line of code, what it will do here is it will print up to here. Okay, with this this the value a will be replaced, and comma will as usually
Okay.
come, and this value will be replaced
Okay.
by this b.
Okay. For a
So
long time, nobody explained this. It's simple. Everybody used to write 0, 1. What's that? I don't know. Now I got this is indexing of the
Yeah,
variable which we are declaring up.
yeah, this is the we are indexing the particular value for our variables. Okay,
it
so
gets incremented
Thank
by
you,
0,
Madan.
it gets incremented by 1.
what is one? What is that, Raj?
The value A will be incremented by 0 or what? You're saying that indexing means.
No, no. Indexing means the how many values we are providing here. We are providing two values. So this A index is 0. This B index is 1. If I place the comma and if I place one more value, that index will be as 2. And if I place comma and if I give one more variable, that will be having the 3 as the index.
Mm-hmm.
But if in prior bracket, as you said, like opening and closing braces, whatever
Yeah.
the index we are passing, that value will be replaced here.
Okay.
So this particular string is replaced by first value, and this particular string will replace by the next value. Okay. Any questions, Ras, on this
Thanks,
particular
Madan.
part?
No, no.
Okay. So this is one way of writing this statement, and this is another way of writing this statement. So this is having a confusion here where you need to write a place and you need to append each and everything. But if you write the lines like this, it will automatically pass the values here. Okay. So and one more thing, if you see here, so this is fine, and let me comment this line of code for now. And if you see here, previously I put the plus on the right side, right? So here I put like this. First, when I'm trying to explain to you guys, I put like this, and I execute this one.
This is post increment, right?
Yeah, that is post increment. See that value A B values are 10 comma 20, and A B values are still, even I'm printing the place, still I can able to see the 10 20 here. But if I write the one more statement here
Yeah.
by writing the direct, I can simply write this one. Okay, because those are already incremented, so you can see the
Now it gets
difference.
incremented.
Now we can see the difference here. So this plus after the particular variable will be called as a post increment, and once
This
once it print that value, then only it will start incrementing. Okay, this before that particular operator or variable will called as a pre-increment, that will automatically print in the line itself. First it will increment, then it will print. So that is the difference between ++a and a++. So similarly, this minus minus will also work as a similar here. Okay. And coming to the relational operator, this relational operator will help us to perform the conditional check, whether these two are equal, or this whether the two variables are not equal or greater than or less than. That kind of comparison, if I want to do, I can make use of this relational operator here. Okay. So how we can do that kind of relational operator here is we can write. So we can write one condition if. So I will explain what is this if and how it will work. For now, just understand that this if will help us to perform the condition check. This if keyword will help us to perform the conditional check here. So here A equal to B. That means here I am comparing the way the A value with the B value by using one operator which is called as a equal operator. Single equal is called as a assignment operator. Double equal is called as a equal operator. So that is called a relational operator or conditional check operator as well. So if I want to check this kind of condition, so if A equal to B, I can write a console.write line A and B values are equal. That kind of statement I can able to print. So if it is equal, then it will come inside of that particular line and it will print the output here. And if it is not equal, it will not print this line of code. Okay. So that kind of a conditional check if I want to perform for our operations here we can use this equal operator. Similarly, not equal. If I want to check whether those two values are not equal or not, then I can use this not equal. Similarly, greater than, which is useful to identify whether the given value is greater than or not, and the less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to, and the less than or equal to. So that will help us to perform the conditional checks. Okay, and we do have other operators which are called as this logical operators. So how this logical operator will help here is say assume that we have a three variables here, integer c equal to 30. Okay. So if I want to check whether this A is bigger than the B and C, what I can do is I can write one statement A greater than B, and also I can write one more statement. So this is one condition I want to check, and also I want to check one more condition with AND statement like this, A greater than C. So then only I can say this A is greater than. So as I have the three values here, if I want to identify whether this A is greater than whether the A is bigger value or not, how I can check? First I need to check against the B value, and again I need to check with the C value. And if these two statements are correct, then only I can say the A is a bigger value. Okay, so if I want to do such kind of checks, two or more validations for our programming, what we can do is we can make use of this AND operator.
Even we can write and if you want to check for three values, A greater than B, B greater than C, or A greater than C, B greater than C, we can write, right?
Yeah, we can write everything. We can write with the AND here. So that's basically the purpose of this
Then
AND.
we can write here console at right end the greatest value is A, B, C, or what?
Yeah, here we need to change that thing. So basically, based on our requirement, we are just displaying the output to
Yeah,
the
that's
end
it.
user.
Yeah.
So previously I just written A equal to B, and here we just I just type as A and B values are equal. Now I can change this one. So as our condition get changed, so we can change this condition. Now this statement will be A is bigger value than B and C. A is bigger than C, sorry, B and C. So if I execute this one, it will not print any output because A is smaller than B and C. Okay, so it will not.
Or we can compare that one, like A is greater than B greater than C greater than A, which console write and display the bigger value we can write.
Yeah. Then you can do. You can write one more statement here.
Oh,
Okay. Then here you need to write. You need to check whether B greater than A, and again this B greater than C. Then you can see there that B is bigger than A and C. And again you need to write one more line, saying one more condition saying that here you need to compare C. C greater than A and C greater than B.
I think
Then
these three we can write in a single function, I think so.
how you can write so
I think it's, we can install that same by AND operator it all right. A greater than B and A greater than C, B greater than C.
no, I will explain that also. Just hold a minute.
Okay, I got it.
C is bigger than A and B here. Okay, so now the check will be like this. First it will come here. Okay, first it will check whether the A is greater than B, and we are writing AND here. Means how this AND will execute. We have a this one, right? What I can say, in mathematical we have a that that thing I and R operator. We have a B if we have a two operands, and A and B. If A is true and B is true, then only it will return as true. Okay, and if A is false and B is false, it will return as false. And if A is true and B is true, A is true and B is false, and again that AND operator will return as false. The truth table, I just forgot that name, truth table. So in mathematical we have a truth table, right? So where we can check the conditions. If we take the AND, when that return the true means if the both conditions are true, then only it will return the true. If I use the R, if the either case returns as true, then it will return as true. But here we are using AND operator. So if you see here, checking B greater than A greater than B and A greater than C. If it is true, it will come inside this particular opening and closing braces, and it will print this output. And again we are checking B greater than A and B greater than C. If it is true, it will print this output. And again it is checking A greater than A, C greater than A and C greater than B. Now it is printing this one.
And
So
Madan bhai, we are using this AND operator in order to check if C is greater than A or B is greater than C or A
no,
is
no,
greater than
no,
B
it's
or
not.
what.
It's just an example, Muzaffar. We can use this AND operator. The basic purpose of this AND operator is to check two conditions. More than one
Okay.
condition, I can say more than one condition.
Okay.
So more than one condition, if we want to, if you want to check, then we need to use this AND operator. So are you able to understand?
Okay.
More than two conditions.
More than
Previously I just returned A greater than B. So it will check only one condition. Now the scenario is I need to check two conditions here.
okay.
For that purpose I am using one more operator, which is called as AND operator. Okay. So this AND operator will return true if this condition is true, and if this condition is true, then only it will return true. If either of the condition is false, then it will return as the false. Okay, so that's how this operator will, this AND operator will work. If I consider the OR operator, how that will work is if either of the one if condition is true, it will return true. So that is the difference between AND operator and the OR operator. Or we can OR operator we are representing with the double pipeline symbol, and AND operator we are referencing with the double ampersand symbol. Okay, so let me try to execute this one. So now the output what we got is C is bigger than A and B. So C is 30 and B is 10 and sorry, A is 10 and B is 20. So now C is bigger than A here. So Raj, did you understand? Raj, Raj, are you there? You are in mute, Raj. Okay, Muzaffar, did you understand?
Yeah,
Madan bhai, we are using
hello?
Yeah, Raj, did you understand this?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, but you are saying that you can write in one line, right? How we can do that?
No, I got doubt that I think we can write and thinking because by using the same operator A greater than B and B greater than C and C greater than A, we can do like this. And
No, no, see, it's not possible here, right? A greater than B and A greater than C. So what is the other one you want to say?
we can say that we can keep really and
like
one
you
more we
want
can
to
put and
No, yeah, let's try this and see how it will work. A greater than B
actually
and A greater than C.
so A greater than B, B greater than C and C greater than A.
B, sorry, B greater than C and
Greater than A, C greater than I'm not
B,
sure because
yeah, B greater than, sorry, B greater than A.
so C greater than A.
Here C greater than A,
Yeah.
C greater than A. So A greater than B. So here A greater than B. So A is not greater than B. It will not
Yeah.
check these two conditions itself. It will not check those two
Yeah.
conditions.
It's not greater in our check. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
If it's not greater, if it's great, if it's not greater, it will check these two conditions or not.
So how this will check here is basically first it will check this condition, Raj, A greater than B. Okay. And here we are referencing AND operator, right? So the purpose of this AND operator is to check the more than one condition. So
Condition.
to more than one condition we can check here. Here, other than that, this AND operator perform like this. We can use the truth table here. So the truth table, I'm not sure whether I have written or not. So see A and B. So how this truth table will work? This AND operator will work if this condition in this condition is true, then only it will return as a true. In all other cases, it will return as a false. Okay. And if I take the OR operator, if either of the A or B is true, then it will return the true. Okay, that's how it will work. Here, if we check that scenario, here we are using three conditions here, and we are using AND operator. So A greater than B, which means A greater than B. Let's check A greater than B, which is wrong, right? A greater than B. Is it true or false? A greater than B. Raj.
This is false.
False, right? So then there is
Yeah.
no point of checking the other conditions because we are
Yeah, got
using
it.
AND operator. Okay. So even if I continuously checking on that, there is no point because if
If you change the
either of
values
the,
like A equal to 30, B equal to 20, C equal to 10,
yeah,
it
we
will
can
do the
change
same.
it. So if we
I mean,
see,
it will function the same.
if I check, if I do that thing, then how it will work is, so as you said, we can change 30, 20, and 10. This is what you want to say, right?
Yeah, now it will check every function, or after executing A greater than B, it's true. Then it will
No,
stop
no,
functioning other.
no. If it is A greater than B, this is true, right? Then
Yeah.
it will check this condition. B
Yep.
greater
Yep.
than B
Yeah.
greater
Yeah.
than
Got
C.
it.
Now B greater than C, which is not true, right? Then it will not check this condition because there is
B
no
greater
point
than
of
C
checking
doesn't.
the third condition. One condition is failing here, and and we are using AND operator. There is no point of checking the third condition.
Okay. C is not greater than A, right? Okay.
C is not greater than A.
But B is greater than C, right?
B is greater than C. So B is greater than C. And again it will check C is greater than A. Will it
Yeah.
true?
No.
C. Again it will false. So if this condition, as per your example, it will check this condition and this condition, and also it will check this condition as well because this is true, right? B greater
Yeah.
than C. So it will check all the conditions because this is our scenario is applicable. But this result of this one is false. Entire result of this from here to here is false.
Okay.
But I can't write A is bigger than B and C here.
Yeah, we cannot write that. I know.
Okay, so that is how this condition will work.
No, we can write the console right line. Bigger value is equal. Bigger value is. We can write like that.
Bigger value is
A, B, C. It will tell anything there.
no. We need to write our own logic for that. There is no
Okay.
predefined function to identify the bigger value, but we need to write a condition like this. How we did we have written that condition is this is how we return. First we took the A value and we compare that A value to the other B and C, and if it is greater than, we are treating that A is bigger, and we are now again we are considering B value and we are checking this B is greater than A or C, and if it is greater than, we are saying that B is bigger here, and again we are considering the C value. C is greater than A and C is greater than B, and we are printing the output. And if I execute this one, I can see the output as A is bigger than B and C because we change our numbers, right? Okay. So this is how this statement will work here. Okay, let's move to the other topic here. Okay. So this is how this and OR operator will work. And we do have the bitwise operator, we do have the assignment operator, and we do have some kind of miscellaneous operators as well, and which will perform some kind of operations in our program. And also if you go down here, we have one operator which is called as a ternary operator. So let's see how this ternary operator will work. Here we have an example of ternary operator. Okay. So let's first give the example with the if and else, then we can go with the ternary operator. So here the intention is if I enter any value for that particular age, we need to decide whether that particular person is eligible for the vote or not. Okay, so if I want to check that kind of condition, There are two ways here. One thing what I can do is I can write one if statement. If is greater than 21 or 18 based on our requirement, I can write console.writeLine eligible for vote. Okay, and here I can write else part, and here I can say not eligible for vote. So for now, let's comment of this line of code. So the intention is for anyone, for this also we can write something like this. We can read the value integer a is value console dot read line console dot read line. Okay, how we are doing that conversion int, we can do it here, or convert dot int dot int 32, whatever the value we are getting, we are converting and storing into the integer value. So here on top I can write okay. So here I just write one statement, console.writeLine enter age for vote eligibility check. Whatever the value we are entering, that we are going to store into one variable as is, and we are checking that is greater than 21, then what we need to do, and else what we need to do. So let me run this
Why
one.
we wrote int age equal convert to int 32?
Yeah, because this console.read line will read the value. Okay,
Hello,
whatever the value we enter,
hello.
it will read that. Okay, that is the string format. But
Tell me
our,
one second.
sorry.
Your voice is breaking.
Yeah, so here console.readLine will read the whatever the string we enter, that will read as it is, right? If I enter 25, it will read that as it is value. But how it reads, it will return same string in the format of string data type. But our intention is we need to compare. Comparison greater than less than will not do doable for the string characters. It need to be an integer, or it need to be a short, or it need to be a byte. This numeric value only we can do the comparison, right? Raj.
Okay.
So for that comparison, what we am doing is this is the string value. We are converting that value into the integer. We are applying the explicit type conversion. So that explicit type conversion, we are converting the string value into the integer value. We are assigning that value to the integer here. And here that age I am comparing whether this
So
age,
you are saying now convert to int 32 will become string value or
no, integer value. Basically, this value is the string value. From
yeah,
here to here, this value is string value. That
yeah,
user
but
the user entered value will become the output as a string.
so how can why we should give only string here? Because here you mentioned static void main string dot arguments. Because of that, it's a string value you are saying.
And no. So basically, while explaining the concept of console read, so I said the purpose of that console read is whatever the input we return,
Yeah,
whatever the input we enter, that return as it is in the format of
yeah.
string. In the
So you're
format
saying
of
that
string.
whatever it will take a string, but we should convert it into int. You're saying.
whatever the input we will give, that will take in the format of string, and it will return in the format of string only.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so it will take the in the format of string, and it will return in the format of string only. But
So
here what we need to do?
okay, now what I understood is generally console dot read line means it is a string value.
Yeah, you can treat that. Control that
Yeah. So
read line
so
is
now
a
we are
string
writing
value.
out to display output. We are writing to display output. We are writing string value, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now we want value now we want output as a integer value. So we are writing that convert int
Correct.
into 32.
Yes, yes. So if I write, so here is the scenario, Raj. So basically, if I change
Yeah, I
this to
understood.
string, there will be no issue. So
Yeah, yeah, understood.
automatically it will the error gone here. Okay. But if I want to compare this greater than or less than, I can't compare with the string values, right?
Yeah.
So for that, what I will do is whatever the value we got from this particular read line, I'm converting that line to our required data type. Our required data type is integer. So that's why I'm writing convert that to int32 and opening braces, opening parentheses and closing parentheses. In between, whatever that console.read line is there, I'm passing it. Okay, now the age, whatever we enter, that will be stored here. I'm checking. So whether it is greater than 24, I'm printing this one, and if it is less than 21, I'm printing like this. So let me execute this one. So it is asking that enter age for vote eligibility check. So for example, so enter age 30, and if I click on enter, it is displaying the output as eligible for vote, right? So how it is checking? Basically, whatever the 30 we enter, that this statement will read, and it will assign that value to the age variable, and here this we are checking whether this age greater than 20. We enter 30, 21, that 30 is greater than 21, and it is printing the output as eligible for vote. Okay. And if I close and if I execute again, if I enter 50 as a age, and we can able to see the output as not eligible for vote.
One more doubt I have here.
Yes.
We wrote here a static void main strings arguments, right?
Yeah.
So there we can mention a static void main without without
Yeah, yeah, we can remove this.
okay, we
So,
can do it.
sorry.
We can write as int there.
Here if
Yeah.
no, we can't write. Only it will take. Those are the those parameters are related to the this compiler or this what I can say is processor parameters.
Why I'm asking is because when we're writing console and read line, it in sense it means that it's a string value.
Mm-hmm. No, this is not related to this one.
Okay, fine, got it. Yeah.
This is optional values here. So I'm removing this one. So let me run this. Here I'm entering 30. So I can get the same output, right?
Yeah.
So there is no relationship between this argument and this
So
conjunct.
why they're writing the string arguments for what purpose?
The purpose is for our programming it is unused. For whatever the programming we are writing, that is unused
Mm-hmm.
here. But in
Okay.
some cases, for example, if I take the any kind of desktop application like Skype or something, if
Okay.
someone trying to initiate that program, I want to pass some parameters.
Mm-hmm.
So initially I want to pass some parameter for that particular application. So that's where they are using that particular string arguments. For
Okay.
our purpose, like as per my knowledge, till now I didn't use that string argument in any of the programming. So there is a special reason why they are using that one is if I want to initiate or inject some values while executing of that particular Windows application or desktop application. That purpose only we are using that argument string arguments. So if you remember, say the string array argument, we are using that purpose. But basically our programming we never use that particular string arguments. And again, these array of arguments are not at all related to this console.readline. So this is optional only, completely optional. We can completely remove and we can work with that. So this is how this condition is working. So
Okay,
here,
Madan bhai,
yeah, Muzaffar.
yeah, just in order to check this ternary operator, we are using if expression is true, so we are using this int age and equal to convert dot 232 into. We are using this condition in order to check that.
No, in order to which one? This one, this one,
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing will
this.
happen, sir. It's only.
Yeah, yeah. So just only I told you. Like, basically, the console.readline will read the input and return the output in the format of string. But to check the condition, our intention is to check any condition that variable need to be in the type of numeric, whether it need to be
Okay.
short or integer or double, long or anything. So in that case, we need to convert that one. If it is a string, we can't able to convert it. So in your point of time, like you were thinking for our, as we are comparing this one, we are converting that into the integer. But it's not the case for the all. For our example, that's true, whatever you were thinking. So whatever you were thinking, whatever the
Okay.
output we get from the read line, we are converting into the integer format in order to check the condition. That is true for our example. But in terms of general purpose, that is not correct. Basically, what we are doing is here we are converting that information as per our need here.
Okay.
Okay. So
In
this
order
is,
to get in string one, we are using console.readline.
yeah, correct. So this is how this is working. So this is one way of writing the if and else condition checking, and another way of writing the condition is simply what I can do is here in console.writeline.
Same idea I got, Madan. I thought to ask of you which are license or not.
Yeah, yeah. So this is how we can.
Because previously also in that operator and operator, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct, correct.
Same thing.
So here the thing is like this. So basically we can do the we can simplify our this 4 lines of code into 1 line here. Okay, how we are writing that thing here is so we are using combination of operators which are question mark and the colon. We are using the combination of two operators which are question mark and the colon. These two question mark and the colon are called as the ternary operators. These two question mark and colon are called as ternary operator. So how this ternary operator will work here is So here we can check the condition whether it is 21 or 18. We can write this condition. If this is true, after the question mark will get execute. If this condition is false, after the colon statement will get execute. So same thing we have written on top.
So now you explain that function of the colon, right? That's what the function, I forgot that.
Which one?
The colon function, they will say.
Colon function.
No, actually you explained equal to operator and operator.
Yeah,
Colon,
operator. That is
yeah.
another one. So the purpose of that operator is different. Here colon is we have this one. So basically the combination of two operator, question mark and the colon, are called as ternary operator. Okay,
Okay.
how this ternary operator will work in our C# programming is it will take one condition. If the condition is true, after the statement whatever we have written after the question mark will get execute, and if this statement is false, after the colon whatever the statement we are writing, it will get execute. Okay, so
Okay.
here we can write eligible for vote, same output we can able to see here, eligible for vote and not eligible for vote. We can write it, sorry, not here. Okay, so if I execute this one, same like if I enter 30, eligible for vote. So same output what we got using this if and else, right? Same output of what we got this if and else put is same here. Okay, so why I have written two lines is two way of writing the program here is to explain this concept. So the simplest way of this if and else will become like this. The simplest,
Ternary operator. First is
yeah.
check its result.
So the simplest way of the ternary operator will be like this. So but something we need to understand we need to understand the when we need to use this ternary operator. See, this is the if this is the scenario, I want to check a condition, and if this condition is not meeting our criteria, I want to do something, and if condition is meeting our criteria, then I want to do something. This kind of simple operation I can do it here. See, if I have the operations like this, for example, if the condition is true, I want to do two operations. If the condition is false, I want to do two or more than operations. Then we can't use this ternary operator. This ternary operator is applicable for writing the simple if and else statements. For the simple if and else statement only, we can use this ternary operator. So if I wanted to more than two operations, see, I will give an example here. So here, if the condition is true, if the condition is true, I'm printing this one output, and again I want to print one more output saying that yeah, like here only, you are eligible for vote, and I just want to print one more statement saying that go and use your vote for this election without fail. Okay, and just want to write one statement. If he is eligible, I want to write one more statement. So same thing if I want to do here. So again what I need to do is there is no direct way to write these two statements eligible for vote and at the same time go and use your vote for this election without fail. Two statement I can't print like this. I can print only one statement. One thing I can do is I can write /n and I can write an entire statement like this. But as it is a single line, as it is a just string, you are going to write this one. But if I want to do multiple operations by writing some kind of calculation or lengthy code, here I want to do 10 more lines of code here. If the condition is meeting, I want to do 20 lines of code, 30 lines of code like this. Can't I do, I can't do all these statements like this.
Okay.
Okay.
So we are using if else.
So why, yeah, if that is the case, if I want to do like multiple operations with this particular kind of scenario, the better choice is go and use this if else only. But if some operations where I want to do simple kind of operation, just like previously we have written, we want to check whether this candidate is eligible for vote or not. That is a simple two lines of two conditions only we are checking. If the condition is true, we are doing one operation. If the condition is not doing, again we are doing only one operation. If that is the case, I can use this ternary operator to simplify 4 lines of code into 1 line of code. Okay. But if I want to do multiple operation with some kind of conditions, so always this particular ternary operator is not suggestible. Okay, for this I can do it. For this line of code I can do it. So if you see, the same I can do is eligible for vote, go and use vote for this election without fail. Eligible for vote, go, this is coming like a same line here. Go and use /n means this /n we need to use /n. Let's try to execute now. So we can get the two outputs here, but the way what I'm trying to explain here is if this is a simple statement, you can definitely use this ternary operator to avoid the lines of code, and if it is a complex operation you want to do, the better choice will be the always if and else. Did you guys understand Raj and Muzaffar?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that is the thing what we need to understand while working with this ternary operator. And let's see what else.
If it is a if it is a lengthy one, we can't use this one like 10, 20,
Correct, correct.
30 words of.
No, no, it's not 10, 20, 30 words, Muzaffar. So 10, 20, 30 operations.
Okay, okay.
The thing is, see, if we do here, what we do, if the condition is true, we do only one operation. We are printing only one operation. So here I'm using print statement for our simplicity of example. Basically, in our programming, we are not always using this print statement. If some criteria is matching, we will do some kind of calculations. Okay, so if that calculation what we are doing is lengthy one, then this ternary operator is not suggest one. Okay,
Okay.
so at that time you can still go with the if and else statement. But if you want to do only simple operation, the best choice will be the ternary operator. Okay, so that's what the intention. So let's take a break and we will continue with this remaining operators.
Okay, Madan
I
bhai,
think
sure.
only 12 is enough, I think so, Madan.
So we just done with that particular ternary operator, and now we have other important operator in C# is and as operator. Is and as operator. So those two operator which I am trying to explain now. So let's see with the programmatic example, and we can able to understand this one. Okay. So so let's first explain the concept of is, and then we will go with the as operator. So the is operator is used to check the object type of a particular object and return the bool value. So how it will return that bool value is if that particular object of a type is equal to the another object, it will return true, and if it is not same, then it will return the false. Let me repeat again. So let me first give the explanation of this particular example, and will explain this definition later stage. Okay. So here what I am doing is. So basically we are in program class where I have written this static void main function. On top of this program class, I have created two classes here. One class is ABC and another class is DEF. ABC and DEF are two classes. It doesn't have anything inside that particular class. For our example, to make it simple for understanding, what I have done here is I just took one class with the name ABC and another class with the name DEF. Here we are performing the is operator like this. First I create the I create one object for my ABC class with object name as A. ABC A equal to new ABC. This is how we are going to create a object, and that object name what I gave here is A. And similarly, here I am creating one more object which is type of DEF, and the object name I have given as D here. Okay. Now the thing what I want to explain to you guys is how this is operator will work. How this is operator will work here. So I'm checking that A is DEF. A is DEF. That means my object name is A, which is type of ABC. I'm checking whether this A is type of DEF or not. Whether A is type of DEF or not. So we can say it's not type of A is not type of DEF. So D is type of DEF, but A is not type of DEF, right?
Okay.
Okay, see, let me repeat again. So I have declared two classes with the name ABC and DEF. For each class, I have created two objects. One is A and second one is D. Two objects I have created. Now the thing is, we want to understand how this is operator is work here. How this is operator will help in our programming. So here how I written this code here is A is DEF. So the sentence will explain that A is belongs to DEF class or not. A is belongs
Okay.
to DEF class or not.
Or
But
not.
A is belongs to ABC class.
Okay.
But it's not belongs to the DEF. So in this case, what this statement will return is false. A is DEF, return the false. That's what I have written here. So this is operator will help us to check whether this particular object is belongs to class or not. Okay. here we are checking this A belongs to DEF class or not. So as it is not true, it will return the false. If it is type of DEF, it will return the true. As it is not type of A is not type of DEF, it will return the false. Let's see what we will get here. Let's place the breakpoint here and see how it will work. So it is handling here to DEF. So it's false here. So let me execute this. So here we got the, let me remove this one. So I'm executing this one. So we got the output as false. So how we got the output as false here is, so basically we create two objects for two classes A, D, and we are checking that A is belongs to DEF or not. So as it is not belongs to DEF, that A is not belongs to DEF, this part of code, this is operator will return false here. That false I am going to store in one variable is DEF with the bool data type. Bool basically used to store true or false values. Okay. So that true or false I am going to store. Whatever that true or false which we got from this is operator, I am just printing here. So that's what we are able to see, false. And if I change this to D, okay, D is DEF. So what we can expect the output?
True.
True. Yeah, that means so if you if you run this program, then we are expecting the true as output here. So let me explain in which scenario this is operator is helpful for us. So I want to check. I have a 5 to 6 objects. Okay, or 5 to 10 objects I have. In that set of objects, I want to check one object is belongs to particular class or not. I don't know, in my top program I have created 10 objects like this. 10 classes are there, 10 objects I have created. I want to check whether this particular object is belongs to the particular class or not. In that case, we are frequently use this is operator for checking whether the particular object.
Can you repeat
belongs
again?
to- Yes. So basically, the scenario is like this. I am writing one big program where I have created 10 classes. Okay, in one of my piece of code, I want to check whether that particular object is belongs to the particular class. If it is true, I want to perform such kind of operation. Okay. In that case, to validate object is belongs to that particular class or not, this is operator will help us. So basically, it will help us to identify whether the object is belongs to particular class or not. So here D is belongs to DEF class, right? This object D is belongs to DEF class. That's why it is returning true. So that kind of validation, if I want to do in my any of the programming, then we need to use this is operator. Then we need to use this is operator. So Raj, did you understand?
Rajbhai,
Understood.
Yeah. Okay. So this is one. And coming to the as operator, what it will do is. So basically, as operator will work in a different manner compared to this is operator. So it will return the object of type. It will return the object of a particular type. So how it will return here is D as DEF. D as DEF means If it is belongs to this particular class, it will return the that complete definition of the particular class. Let me execute this one and we'll see the output. See this D belongs D as DEF. If it is true, then it will return the what is the namespace and what is the class. That namespace name and the class name it will return. But is will return true or false only. But as will return, if it is true, then it will return the particular namespace name and the class name. Is will return if it is true. Is will return if the particular object is belongs to the particular class. Is will return true or false. If it is belongs
True
to,
or false?
then it will return true. If it is not belongs, it will return false. But in case of as how it will behave here is it will behave if that particular object belongs to that particular class, it will return the that particular namespace and the class name. And if it is not written, then it will return the null value. So if it
Null
is
value.
not, it is not belongs to same data type, it will return null value. So if I change this particular D to A, then it will return the null value here. So again, that conversion need to be done here. That data type conversion need to be done here. So or else we can simply execute Control A, Control C. So if I execute this one here, it will return the particular data type. So that null it will give it here. So I need to convert it as null value. So basically how this will work here is so if that particular data type, particular object belongs to the particular class, it will return the complete information of that particular class with the as operator. That means the namespace of the particular class and the class name, it will get it here. So namespace what we have for our programming is make measure that will be complete name of the class along with the namespace we can able to see it here. Okay, so
Okay.
that is the importance of is and as operator. So let me repeat again. Is operator will help us to identify whether the particular object is belongs to the particular class or not. So if it is belongs to the particular class, is operator will return true as a value, and if it is not belongs to the particular class, is operator will return the false as a value. But in case of as operator, if it is belongs to the particular object is belongs to the particular class, it will return the fully qualified name. What we can say is fully qualified name. So what is this fully qualified name here is namespace dot class
And
name. So
okay.
namespace dot class name is called as a fully qualified class name that it gonna be written here. So that is the basic difference between the is and as operators.
Okay, Madan.
Yeah. So that is the thing, and let's move to the another thing here. So as we
So,
discussed,
Madan Bhai,
yeah.
this type of operators like this one ternary operators and is and as
Yeah.
other one, does it will be used in real time or this is for a just knowledge purpose?
Like basically, the ternary operator will always use in our programming whenever we have a simple calculation or a simple operation. We will prefer to use this ternary operator. But this is and as operator, rare cases. In very rare case, we are using. But good to have that knowledge. If someone asks, so how interview process will happen is. So they will check whether the candidate having the all subject thing or not.
Interview. in-depth knowledge.
Yeah, so if that is the case, if they ask about what is this is and as operator, uh, so if I haven't referred any book or anything, even if I did work for 5 to 6 years or 4 to 5 years, I may not use this is and as operator. But in
Yes.
case of interview, they will definitely ask these kind of questions to filter the candidates.
Yes.
So that's where we need to aware of those kind of operators. So in real time, as you ask, it's a less use in our programming.
Okay, no problem.
So this is another thing. What we have is a null balancing operator. Let's see what is this null balancing operator. Let's take an example so that we can able to understand. So what is this a null balancing operator? Okay. So what is this null balancing operator? So basically, what is this null balancing operator here is, it will check whether this particular value is having the null value or not. So for that particular given value, have the null value, and if it is null value, it will return the particular value, and if it is not, it will return the as it is value. Let's take the example so that you can easily understand. So basically, for our all basic data types, like integer, float, double, or something, if you want to assign any null value, directly it will not take. So let me explain this. Integer a equal to null. So if I want to directly write like this, integer a equal to null, it will not allow to assign the null value for a predefined data type like integer, float, double, and this one like long, whatever the data types we have. So I can't directly assign the null value for our integer, float, and other data types. Okay, so if I want to forcefully allow any integer value to accept the null value, what we need to do is we need to use this question mark. So again, this is for our knowledge purpose only, but to explain the concept, I need to explain this thing first. Integer a, if I want to assign the null as a value for that particular integer, directly it will not allow to take that null value for our integer value. So if I want to forcefully do that particular null value assignment for this particular integer, what I need to do is I need to use this question mark after this data type. Then I can able to I can able to execute that line of code. So till now we are clear, right? Muzaffar or Raj?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically if I take any integer data type or float data type or double data type, if I want to assign any null value directly to that particular integer data type, in C# it doesn't support. If I want to forcefully do that kind of operation, what I need to do is I need to use this question mark after that particular integer. Then it will allow to take the null value. Now the purpose of now let me explain the purpose of this particular double question mark, which we will call as a balancing operator. So which we will call it balancing operator. This double quotation mark. What is the use of this double quotation mark here? So so what is the use of this double quotation mark here is if this particular x value is null, okay, then then what we will do is then this value will be assigned to that particular y. So then if x is a null, it will check whether this x is null or not. If x is null, it will assign this -1 value to this y variable. If it is not, then whatever the value it has as x, it will directly assign that. Let me explain. Here we have a integer value x, which is defined as a null, and we have the another integer value which is y. Here I have written the statement like this: x double quotation -1. So what does it mean is it will check whether this x is null or not. This colon operator will do whether this left hand side operator is null or not. If it is a null, it will assign this -1 value to this y. If it is not null, then whatever the value it has as a x, it will assign to this y. Okay, let me try
Okay.
to execute this one and we can see the output. As of now, this x is a null value, and what this condition is true, x is a null, then it will assign -1 to the y value. Okay, and let me close this and I will make this to the 10, and I will make this as a 10 instead of null. I am making this as a 10. Now see what the output we got, 10.
Okay.
So the purpose of this double quotation mark,
Non-comments.
which we will call it as null colonsing operator, is it will check that left hand side operand is null or not. If it is a null, then it will assign the right hand side operand value to this particular y, and if it is not null, directly it will assign this x value to this y. So that's how this is.
This x double quotation x1 x is int y is equal to x double quotation.
Yeah,
This side is called a left hand side operator.
this is called as the left hand side operator with this equal with this assignment operator. Here we are using again two operands, Muzaffar. So if we this
Okay,
is
okay.
if we consider this is the one operator, this is the left hand side operator for this equal, and this all will be the right hand side operator for this equal.
Okay. For y, this is a for y x is a right hand side operator.
No, no, it's not the y. Always
Okay.
it will be the
For the
operand.
assign. Okay, for operator.
So this
Equal operator.
yeah, this is not equal operator, assignment operator.
Assignment.
Yeah, assignment means one value assigned to the another value. Here we are assigning this value to the y.
Okay.
Equal operator means conditional check. If A is equal to B or B is equal to A greater than that kind of operators we can use. So equal to is called as assignment operator. Double equal to is called as
Not equal.
no, double equal to is called as checking operator. That means what we can say is the equal operator and the assignment operator. This is called as assignment operator,
Okay.
assignment assignment operator, and below one is called as equal operator.
Okay, madam.
Okay, so here if you consider this equal, here we have two operands. One is this operand and second one is this operator. Sorry, one is this operator and second one is this operator. So if you see here, if we consider this equal operator, sorry, this assignment operator, y will called as a left hand side operand, and this entire thing will be called as a right hand side operand. And if you
Okay.
consider this value, this will be called as if you consider null colonsing operator, x will be called as a left hand side operator and this will be called as right hand side operator. Always
Okay,
we need to
Madan.
check with the operator.
Okay, not with the variable.
Yeah, not with the variables. That left
Okay.
and right will decide based on the operator.
Okay.
So this is how this null coalescing operator will work. So let me repeat again. So if I want to check whether the given value is null or not, if the given value is null, if I want to assign any kind of default value, then I can work with null coalescing operator. Okay. So if
Okay.
someone want to try to, if someone fail to give any kind of value for that particular value for that particular variable, I want to if I want to provide the default value for that, at that time this null coalescing operator will be useful. So if none of the if by default it has null value, so, but if I want to provide one kind of a default value with -1 instead of null, I can use this one. So this is how this null coalescing operator will help in our C# programming. So let's see other thing what we have. And also we have bitwise operators. So like single ampersand operator, single pipeline operator, and single caret operator, that all will call as bitwise operator. So if you see on top, we use a double ampersand and double pipeline symbol. Those are all called as logical operators. So logical and logical OR. Okay. But if you consider here, these are called as a bitwise operator. The operation will apply in the level of bit. Okay, let's see how it will work here. Okay, so basically if I have a value of 60 and if I have a value of 13, so if I convert those numbers into the binary format, A will become like this and B will become like this. If I convert those two as a binary data type, as our processor our processor is understanding only zeros advance. If I convert that into the binary format, this A60 will become this number and B13 will become this number. Now if I do the A and B, how it will work here is it will check this position of 0 and this position of 0. Bit level comparison will happen, not value level comparison. Not value level comparison. In level of bit, it will apply the comparison. 0 and 0 become 0. 0 and 0 become 0. And 1 0 becomes 0. And 1 0 becomes 0. 1 1 become 1. 1 1 become 1. 0 0 become 0. 0 1 become 0. And again, if you convert this number into the value format, it becomes the 12. Okay.
Okay, Madan.
So that's how this program will work. And even if I write the same kind of thing, bitwise operator example, see how it will work is for A we have assigned 60 and for B we are having 13. So if I write console.write line bitwise and value, A and B is A and B become the 12 and A or B will become the 49, A caret B will become the this one, and left shift operator, right shift operator and a negation operator. So that's all will work in a similar fashion, and if I execute I can see the output 12, 61, 9, 40, 61, 49, this number and this number and this number. Like this we will work in the bit level. And again, this is for our knowledge purpose. In our in our real-time program, we are less using these kind of operators. But if someone asks about what is this bitwise operator, we need to be in a position to explain them. So basically, these bitwise operators will help us to perform the operation in level of bit.
Okay.
So that way, if we are able to explain, then we can get some kind of positive response from them. So this is the thing. Okay, so this is all about data. Sorry, this is all about operators which we work so far. Okay, and
Okay.
here I will give one more explanation about this difference between integer parse convert dot to int and integer int dot parse try parse again. So then we can conclude this session for the day here. Conditional operator we will see tomorrow again. Let's have a patient on this example and we can close it up. Okay,
Okay, no
so
problem.
yeah, so the thing is the difference between int dot parse convert to dot to int 32 int dot try parse. So we saw like we already used this one convert dot to int 32 in our all programs whatever we have seen till now. We frequently use this convert dot to int 32. Similarly, similar operation we can perform with this int dot parse or int dot try parse as well. Okay, basically this is kind of interview question. That's why I just prepared the program for that. The question will be like this. So if I want to convert one integer type, if I want to convert any kind of data type to the integer, what are the possible functions are there or what are the possible methods are there in our C sharp? If we get the question like this, we can tell like we can make use of int dot parse or we can make use of convert dot to int or we can make use of int dot try parse. Then we need to give the explanation of and explanation about all these three functions. Okay, let's see one by one and we can get conclusion on that. So now first thing is we are using this particular int dot parse and we will see the output, and again we will go to the another one. Okay. So here what I am using here is I am declaring one string value which is 9009. For the string I am just giving a number with the double quotation. As it is a string, it will take any kind of values in double quotation. So in that I just gave it as 9009. And other string I gave it as a null value, and other string I gave it as a decimal value, and other string I gave it as a very big number here. Okay, so four
Okay.
variables I took here with the respective values. Four variables and four values I have given here. So here I have one more function which is called as int final result. Now the thing is I want to convert these string values into the integer format. Let's try with parse like this parse method. Integer dot parse of string 1. Okay, so because how it will be converted, this 9009 will become the integer value and that we can
Okay.
print it. Okay,
Okay.
and again null value. So here int dot parse, we are taking that int dot parse string 2. That means null we are trying to convert into the integer. At that time, if I use this parse method, it will give the argument null exception. Okay. And again, what I'm going to do is this string 3. I'm trying to pass to the integer. If you see here, this is having the points as well. 0.9090800 like that. We have a decimal points here. If that is the case, as it is not the integer type, it is giving the format exception. Why? Because we
Okay.
have the decimals here,
Okay.
right? And again thing, I have a very big number which I am trying to convert into the integer. But the range of integer is small compared to this big number. So at that time it will give the overflow exception. So first I'm trying to explain so actually, so the thing is, we need to see the difference between int dot parse, convert dot to int, and try int dot try parse. Three things I want to explain you now. First, let's try with the int dot parse and what are the exceptions we will get. We will see that one, and then we will go with int convert dot to string and int dot try parse. Then you can understand which one is better. Okay, so now I'm going to run this program. So here itself we are getting the error. What error we are able to get? Argument null exception error, because null is not null is not possible to convert into the integer, right?
Okay.
So that's why we are getting the argument null exception. Let's comment out this one, and we'll see what is the exception we will get for this third line. I'm going to execute this one. It's getting the another error which is called as format exception, right? This format exception. Okay, let's close this one, and I'm commenting this line of code again, and we'll see what is the error we will get. Overflow exception, because this is very big number which is not handled by the integer. We are able to get the overflow error. Okay, now what we are going to do is instead of this parse, now what we are going to do is let's try with convert.toString. Convert.toString. This is the one example what we have. Comment for this. Instead of int.parse, try to use this convert.toInt. So on above we are using the int.parse mechanism to convert a value. Now we are using the convert.toInt to convert a value. Here this section it will become success and it will give the number as this one. Here convert.toString, it will not give any error. It will convert that null value to the 0, and it will give the output as 0. But here int.parse, we got the exception as argument null exception. Okay, but still this format exception and overflow exception still will come with this this convert.toInt mechanism as well. Okay, and let's see the another one here. What is this? Okay, what is this convert mechanism? Okay, say here, if I use say int.typeParse, this will become the number. Here it will not give any error. It will return the 0. Here also in third line also it will not give any error, even the format exception is there. It will not give any error. It will just return the 0 value. And the fourth scenario as well, even though it has the overflow issue, it will not give any error. It will pass the 0 as the value. Okay. So did you understand the difference between int.parse, convert.toString, and try_parse?
Try_parse will return the 0 value.
0 value if there is any error. If there is any error, it will not stop the execution of the application. It will give the 0.
Okay, okay. If there is any error in the program, then it will show a 0. Yeah. Whereas in the convert.int to int32 or int.parse, directly it will show the error of the program.
Yeah. So, but the difference between the int.parse and convert.toInt is int.parse will not handle the null exceptions, but convert.toString will handle the null exceptions. Okay. Argument null exception it will handle, it will return the 0. Similarly, This rest of the two exception also been handled by this int.try pass.
Okay, each and everything is having a 1111 difference.
Yes, yes. So this
So
line of code will not have difference for all the three,
okay, but
because
other
it is a
three will be having
straightforward
one one.
number. It's
Yes.
a like applicable number where it is not giving any error. Other three, this try pass will not handle the null exception, but converted.toInt will handle the null exception. But format exception and overflow exception will not handle by the converted.toInt, but all will handle by the this int.try pass.
Then this bool output, bool is a data type and we are giving
Yeah, bool
output.
is the data type, because how this int.trypass will work is it will take the input value and it will return the output value.
Okay.
So it will take the input value and it will return the output value. That output we are giving it as the true or false.
Okay.
Okay. So that's how it will work here.
Okay, Madan.
So this is
So this
diff
int dot try parse out dot final rated is a method we are using in order to get true or false value for the output.
correct, correct.
Okay.
So basically, so if someone asks about what is the difference between int.parse or converted.toInt or int.typeparse, we can explain int.parse will not handle the null exception, format exception, overflow exception, whereas converted.toInt will handle the null exception, but not the format and overflow exception. But in terms of try pass method, it will handle the all the exception, but it will return the 0 as the output.
Okay, Madan.
So this is the simple way where we can understand it. So Raj, do you have any questions on this, Raj?
No, no, Madan.
Yeah. So this is the thing what I want to explain this session.